welcome everyone. We are back with our weekly 6th episode of BSL web series Head Turner in collaboration with AEPC. Today we are going to discuss about innovation and digital transformation in fashion and how this is helping in a way to achieve. To help us understand, we have Mr. Gagan Singh Nagi, founder CEO of Hilog, Mr. Sachin Sureka, director Texture Maps, Mr. Javed Akhtar, co-founder and CEO of Zeza Software. So thank you all for taking a time and joining us for a very enlightening session that we are going to have today. Very excited for that. And very warm welcome to our audience for supporting us for the cause. We are very excited to hear your queries out in the chat section. So do send them. We will be very happy to address them. We have some amazing industry experts today. So please make most of it and send your queries. So as a part of the sustainability marathon, so far we had done in a couple of weeks back, we understood that the global approach to sustainability has evolved from choice to necessity. It is must to have the foundation for any of the business strategy as of now. In fact, many of the studies and research shows that enhancement in digitalization substantially improving the sustainability, carbon emission, and other polluted emission. D&A itself is playing a pivotal role in order to drive efficiencies, which leads to sustainability and strengthening customer relationship. So let's understand from our expert the future of fashion and how technology is taking this to next step. So we would like to start our today's session with Mr. Gagan, founder and CEO of Hilog Group. Mr. Gagan is a creative entrepreneur building brand experiences from last 18 years. He leads a brand experience company focused on building solutions using emerging technologies like AR, VR, which is virtual reality, and metaverse. Over to you, Gagan. Welcome.
Hi, thank you very much. I'm glad to be here. I'm just sharing my screen. Just give me 1 second. Thank you very much. I'm glad to be part of this amazing community and the initiative that we have taken. I've seen the digital evolution in the last 10, 12 years of my career. Before that, it was the brand experiences were majorly offline. And then came an era when it was both offline and online. And I've seen both of that. And now I am building, in the last couple of years, I've been working in immersive technology very closely and building a company named Hilog. Today, we'll be discussing some bit about what we do, and then we'll touch upon more on metaverse, which is, I think, a lot of people have understanding about it, but I think that understanding is basis certain videos or certain articles that they have read online, and which is misleading. So today we will burst a lot of myths. We will give them very simplistically good understanding on how they can use metaverse for their business and how it can give them sustainability and efficiency and automation in their businesses and processes. So I'll start with my presentation. So we have, so in our company, we believe that every communication media can help you start conversations with audience, and immersive technology is no different. Let's not really consider it to be a technology. It is something which can be infused with our daily processes, business processes, and we can use that technology to enhance our processes and make it more efficient. We help brands design meaningful conversations using emerging technologies like augmented reality, virtual reality, and metaverse. There are various different kind of solutions that we provide to our clients, including innovative displays, AR augmented reality based brochures, menus, AR filters, AR mirrors, web and mobile AR, VR experiences, and the talk of the town, metaverse as well. So today, we'll be majorly focusing on the use of metaverse in fashion and apparel industry. So let's first start with, what is metaverse? Metaverse is a 3D virtual world where people can socialize, work, interact just like the physical world, but without its limitations and boundaries. A lot of times people say that, what is the major difference? Is it a VR? Is virtual reality metaverse? There is a lot of confusion everywhere. So to make it very simple, it's a 3D world, first of all, and then in that 3D world, which mimics the real world, where you can talk to each other, which means you can socialize, you can engage, interact, and do everything that you do in the real world, but being at the ease of at your home, office, or anywhere with the use of mobile or your computers. Metaverse in retail. Metaverse in retail is becoming popular. With the increasing awareness and the latest technology, brands can provide close to real buying experience to their customers through metaverse. And in the coming slides, we will see how that happens and what we can use of this technology to enhance the efficiency and engagement with our customers. There are two key types of metaverses. I think most of us have only got exposed to one kind, which is gamified. Everybody looks at them and says they look like cartoons. But let's understand one fact, that every kind of metaverse, like gamified metaverse, is also targeted to a specific kind of audience, which is Gen Z, Gen Alpha, and millennials,
Correct.
right? We all being in different age groups and we say, oh, they look like cartoons. But let's understand that we have to design communication and adapt to the world that our kids and the younger generation is living in. They will not come and adapt to our lives, our way of communication. We will have to adapt to their way of communication and design our communication and our experiences basis what they experience and what they would like to experience.
Absolutely.
So gamified experiences are those kind of experiences. And then comes, everybody is talking about hyperrealism. Hyperrealistic is more real. It looks more realistic, where you have people like human looking avatars. You have more realistic environments, right, which look very real, or it can look digital twin of your own showroom as well, right? So that becomes a hyper realistic model. Now, there are a few other factors that we need to keep in mind to make this what do you say, topic more easy to understand for everyone. There are three key essentials for metaverse. One, it needs to be 3D, right? Which means that each and every aspect, either it is the assets, either it is the furnitures, interiors, or the products that we have put in that environment, has to be 3D, right? So that's the first essential. The second is that it cannot just be that you go in and you move around and you have a click-based mechanism. That is a 3D website. That's not a metaverse, right? For it to be a metaverse, we should be able to enter that space and move around as a free will navigation, right? We should be able to move around freely in that space, being an avatar, right? The third is, you should be able to engage with your customers, with your internal audience and with your external audience, with the features and the assets that you have kept there, right? So these are the couple of key essentials that you need to have for it to be a metaverse. Now, these features, depending on what you want people to just see the product and buy it on your e-commerce website, possible. You want them to watch a video, possible. You want them to see more information about it, possible. You want them to play around with the 3D model for it to enlarge, and then you can show them each and every detailing of the product, possible. So depending on what your need is, the solution can be designed. But these are the three key essentials for
Correct.
it to be a metaverse. Now, another thing is that, uh, the kind of avatars have evolved from what it was in the last 2 years, what Mark Zuckerberg spoke about when he spoke about Meta, and everybody understood a different story of it. But what he showed was 4 years, 5 years down the line, right? Whereas we started thinking that maybe, and when it was not happening, people felt that, oh, it's not of any use. We can enter metaverse, we can do what we want, we can use the existing technology, and we can evolve with how the technology evolves, right?
Correct.
So
Correct.
that is how we can use the technology. So these
Yeah.
are a couple of ways, different platforms. I have taken some examples on how the avatars can look. You can further customize them. You can upload your photograph, create an avatar that looks like you. You can make it more human by making it a Sikh, a
Mhm.
Christian, a South Indian, or maybe a North Indian, to connect to your audience, or make it a generic, that is something that you want, how you want, and you want to to what extent you want to go. Now,
Amazing.
there are three videos I will play one after the other, and these videos will give us more understanding on what gamified metaverse is, and what hyper realistic metaverse is, and what it can do for your business, right? So the first video is a gamified version, which will look like cartoons. It is in Decentraland. It was in New York recently. Metaverse Fashion Week happened, and
Mhm.
Adidas did a fashion show in the metaverse, and this is a video clip from that event. So here you go. So what you saw here, there was a ramp show, which Adidas was doing, and everyone else that you see moving around in their own avatars are live audience, right? And
Correct.
that's how you can engage, do different things. And but this is gamified. You have seen the look and feel. Now the next video is hyper realistic. It is more realistic. It will help you. It will help you give the same experience that you give in your real showroom. The same kind of experience can be given in the virtual world as well. So here I start the next video.
Welcome Semblance, the fashion's entry to the metaverse. Let your audiences immerse themselves with your brand like never before. Explore your product offering, engage with your brand stories for the season, and interact with unique touchpoints. It allows for brands to celebrate their own identity, all powered by advanced technology and inspired gamification. The future of brands, new generation solutions, gamification is here.
The next video is also in the similar lines, but will give you more understanding. I'll quickly play. That's a video from Burberry. It's a luxury brand and will give you understanding on how they have created their experience and how they are engaging with their customers. Now we have at least got an understanding on how the look and feel can be. Now it's important for us to understand that what all can be done with this, right? So let's understand the key features.
Yeah.
So there are a couple of key features that we can integrate, and then it can be customized basis your need. So one of the most important key feature is that it's a multi-user login, which means that multiple people can be at one place at the same time. I'm sure that if it's a retail showroom, there will not be more than 5 to 7 people at one point of time. But depending on what space it is, because it works in the similar principle as it would be in the real world, if there is less space and more people, then the avatars will start jumping on each other. So we'll have to make spaces, and we have to allow a specific number of people to come into that space at that same point of time, but it's a multi-user login. You can integrate audio. People can talk to each other. Think about a scenario that you have a virtual showroom and you have a virtual assistant there, which is somebody who is sitting in your office, but his avatar is in that space. As soon as a visitor comes in, he says, "Hi, Gagan, how are you? Welcome to XYZ brand experience. Come, let me show you around." How human it becomes, right? There is somebody live to assist you and to take you around like it would happen in a real time or a real life showroom. So audio integration, you can also do video integration, but in this scenario, which is a retail and fashion, video integration doesn't really, will not really play any major part. You can gamify the experience. You can engage your customers with a lot of different gamified experiences where they pick their product, where they engage with your product, answer certain queries, get a coupon code, they can redeem it at your e-commerce website, do various different things, right? It makes the overall experience more gamified. Think about our 7-year-old, 10-year-old, 15-year-old kids. How are they playing and gamifying themselves in different platforms? The same experience will be integrated into the shopping, in the real life shopping with the real brands. Now, avatar integration. Now, as I've shown in the previous slides, the avatars can be of different types. We can decide on what kind of avatars we want, and that can be integrated into the experience. The next most important aspect is it's not a metaverse if it's not 3D, right? So my colleague, my co-panelist will also speak in the next session more about the 3D assets and everything. But we can create those 3D assets. We can make them interactive. We can make them engage with people, with the avatars when they come in, and that's what creates engagement and excitement amongst customers. Then the most important factor, which is very difficult to get in a physical showroom, is data analytics. We have been in the era of Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, blah blah blah. Now we are so used to getting an analytics after end of the month to see what was the engagement rate, how was it, blah blah blah. So this is the next level to it, where you have the 3D engagement, plus you can get the same analytics as well. Now, there was a customer a couple of days back I was engaging with, and they also asked me, what are the business goals that we can achieve from making this experience, right? So let's understand them. So the first is enhanced customer engagement, right? Think Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, wherever, or your website cannot be as engaging as a 3D experience. So obviously, and in the overall experience, customer experience enhances by multifold, right? The second is product showcase. You cannot show the product in its full glory in a 2D image.
Correct.
You can definitely do it with a 3D model of it, with a model like a human model, or
Yeah.
it being just a garment or just a product, right?
Correct.
Sales touch point. It also works for you as a sales touch point, especially for D2C brands. Customers don't buy brands. Customers don't buy products. They buy brands.
Yeah.
And they want to experience brands. And that is why people make showrooms. And this can save them from making those physical showrooms. And the same thing can be achieved in the virtual world as well. Wider reach. You were engaging with an audience on Instagram. You were engaging with audience on Facebook, YouTube, offline. There are different audiences at different platforms. This has a different audience that it will attract, and you will be able to engage a wider set of audience, right?
Yeah.
It will also help you build a larger community, because you will be able to give special offers to your customers who are only coming on Metaverse, right? To
Correct.
engage them, to build a larger community, and to help them do more with the Metaverse, and you as a brand can get more out of it. Then the last, most important, customer insights. If the data analytics is collected, we can get a lot of customer insights. Which customer is coming from which part of the country, which customer is engaging with what kind of product, blah, blah, blah. We can plan our inventory accordingly, and the distribution can be done wisely.
So,
The next important part, some of the most known global brands have entered Metaverse in the last few years. A lot of Indian brands like Flipkart, Jio are already working on it. We are helping them do that as a backend support. And that's what I have for you today.
so Gagan, I mean, sorry to interrupt you in between. I mean, as it sounds great, what you have said, I think even better if we can have some live demo, if you can, present to our audience. Will it be possible to give that experience?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Just
Okay.
give me a second.
Yeah.
So here you are. So this is a live Metaverse experience. We are in a Metaverse store that is created for an online styling brand. Now, keeping in mind that this online styling brand does not have products of its own, they are a service-oriented company. Hence, you will not see any 3D garments there, but you will be able to see how the communication can be put, how different things can be done in that specific environment. If you see, these are some digital panels like you have in the websites. You have it in the virtual world as well. You can also engage with it further. You can also download these collaterals. You can make your customers download these collaterals. I can walk like a normal human inside it. I'm using my computer to do it. It can be done through a mobile phone as well. We can create different segments. Like, for example, this segment is a talk show segment where you can engage with your customers, or you can call celebrity influencers, decision makers in your category who can talk about it. You can create content through it. I can go up like we are doing this meeting here. I can sit here. Your host can sit here. Your panelist can sit here, and we can create great content for our audience.
Amazing. Amazing.
Right. Similarly, you can have, for example, a product display area, which can have multiple screens, which is playing content for your customers to come and see what all you do. You can place your products here, 3D products in audio visuals or 3D. We can do it all. All of that is possible depending on what the customers want. We have also created a workshop area. So when we design like an experience for customer, we always look at a long-term engagement so that they don't have to come back to us again and again, and they can sustain the engagement. So the audience can sit here and you can share your screen like you do on a Google Meet or a Zoom, and the admin would be able to share the screen, share audiovisual presentation, anything that they want, and do it for their internal audience, for their training, and engage the external audience for customer engagement per se, right? On the other side, we have also created a segment which is basically a one-to-one engagement area where you can talk to your customers one-to-one, call them. In spite of doing the chatbot based communication, you can do more humanized communication by bringing them to the metaverse. And you can also make it fun by making them do various things like, I will now jump into the water.
Amazing, amazing.
So that's how different things can be done.
Thank you so much, Gagan.